My name's Rob Calais. My company is Fat Sam Productions, and I am the founder and CEO. What I actually do most of the time is production work, so editing and filming, and then all the other kind of stuff that goes around that. So writing scripts, meeting with clients. We also, half of our company does a lot of, we create our own DVDs, so there's a lot of sales-based stuff there, and I sort of oversee a lot of that stuff and have some guys that do that for me. Initially, we just made, our own products, our own DVDs, instructional DVDs, and then I pretty much did everything then. And then, you gradually kind of bring out on different people to help you with different bits. My role's quite difficult because obviously I run a company, but I also am hands-on. So I think there's two separate things there to some degree, but they overlap a lot as well. I think one of the main things across the whole thing is you've got to be able to think on your feet. You've got to be confident, and the big one is lateral thinking. I'm a big sort of proponent of that kind of thing. You need to be able to look at a problem and find a solution. It's all about solving problems the whole time, and the problems are not always the obvious ones. And the best solution is not always the obvious one. And you need to be able to think very quickly, look at it from all sides and try and find a good solution. And I think that applies to any job, anything you're doing. Dedication and loving what you do. I think, particularly in the kind of media industry, if you're doing the kind of hands-on job, you're a programmer, you're a designer, you're a cameraman or an editor or any of these kind of things, you need to love doing it. You need to want to actually do it outside of work as well. You need to think, oh, I'm going to have to do a 16-hour day today, but I love what I'm doing. I'm happy to sit behind this computer and just, bash out code, play around on a timeline, sit behind Photoshop day in, day out, trying to design something that's perfect or as close to perfect as it can be within the constraints you've got. And I think that's something that you've got to be prepared for. If you want to truly excel and do really, really well in these kind of things, there's highly competitive, but you'll get the most out of it as well. You'll learn the most, you'll be rewarded the most. I want people that are really passionate. I want people that are going to love doing what they do. They understand that you do have to work long hours sometimes, but you get something back from that, and we'll give them something in return for that. And to feel like you're part of a team. For us, a lot of the guys shoot their own short films in their own time, do stuff that is a lot more the art kind of thing rather than being held back by a client. And for us, it's if the kit's not being used, you can use our cameras, you can use all the computers and all that kind of stuff. So we give them that, and then hopefully they bring skills back in that way as well. So I think that can work pretty good.
Okay.
The key thing I try and do for everyone is everyone who works for me, I say, right, you've got to just read around the subject area all the time. Spend half an hour to an hour every day. In between, it's quite intense what we're doing. Just every time you just can't focus that much, just go away. We all have Google Reader and loads of feeds, and just go in and read about stuff that's going on. Read about cameras that cost like 100 grand that we'll probably never ever use directly. Just read about them, understand where they fit into the market. Read about other bits of software. We're all Mac-based, but read about everything that's going on in the PC world, in the editing side of things, and understand as much as you can, so that will give you confidence, and it will at least allow us, when the opportunity arises, from a business point of view, to say, you know what, this job's come up. This will be a great opportunity to use this new bit of technology and for everyone to learn about it, and we'll pass it on to the client as it's good for them and it's good for us. I think in a small company, there's no way you can take on someone and say, right, this is your role. It just doesn't work in a small company. Everyone's got to be willing to pitch in and do, at times anything. Even if you're coming in as, kind of higher management kind of role, not that we really have that kind of thing, but even the more senior people in the company still at times are like, right, these 8 tapes need to get run round to this, capturing, guys are going to capture this footage for us. Get on your bike and go and do it. You know, and yeah, you might be writing a really important proposal that's going to bring us in loads of money, but you know, everyone else is really busy. Get on and do it, and everyone does it. Everyone pitches in, and I think that's really important. That, you know, some people want to work in a big company where they have a really defined role, and that's never going to work in a company like ours.